doubles.
This match here.
And another runner is off the mark. Pulled down by Williamson.
Once again, Blaine getting a good look. Don't settle now.
Reddish on the board with
at the end.
I don't know. I couldn't tell from that angle.
only 4 turnovers now for the game by the Spartans.
Two-man game.
Reddish wants the shot. He buries it.
Well, he has a
shoot. Allen steps in, jump step, and short. Into the hands of Barrett. Snaps it ahead. Zion Williamson to the paint, to the corner. Back out to Reddish. He can fire it from here, and he knocks it down.
Smith could drop step. Look at his kids. Great footwork.
But Delorier able to rebound it. Numbers. Reddish.
That might be where their benches are. They come out. There's water and perspiration, too. Once again, the flash, the kick.
And a 3.
Good things happen in that net.
Far. They can't reach with the ball on the deck.
Well, he can fill it up. He had at Temple early March. He had a 32-point game. He's got 13 already here.
And almost had a deflection there, Jim. This means a lot to the family as well.
Delorier, not much of an offensive player, so Taco Fall can zone things up. But Cam Reddish.
They've got 2-on-1. And the lob. And Duke has lost it on the way up. Could have been 6.
Well, that could be a game changer, that mistake.
Meanwhile, Reddish.
How about that?
Down the one. What's that? Cruiser.
And they're getting nothing in that lane. Nice kick. And at the rim, Reddish. Plenty of people support.
Now with 18 of their 30. The first points of the second half for the Bison. They had missed their last 11 threes before that one. And Reddish.
And he got good post move. Really nice. I love that attack, though.
Delorier says, get that out of here. Here's Reddish. Turning the arena bluish.
For many years, there wasn't an ACC regular season champion that was recognized.
Cam Reddish has had, a tough couple of nights here in Charlotte. He did play very well against the Seminoles, especially after Zion Williamson went out after he got poked in the eye. Jump stop, and look at the block. No, it's going to be a goaltending call.
Forrest.
Inside 2 minutes to go. Walker for 3.
Terrible shot. Duke can use some clock. Florida State's going to have to start fouling. I don't think they have a choice. They don't have enough time. Duke's going to run it out on them.
Looks like they're going to play out this possession down to 10. Jones looking for help. Finds Delorier. Shot clock up, and it goes.
Didn't want to let him transfer.
Barrett posting, forced it up, off the rim. Jordan Goldwire into the game for Duke with a rebound. Reddish with a drive and a reverse. How about the English on that?
Johnson goes through the little elevator screen on the lane, but couldn't get the shot to go down.
Boy, did Reddish need a bucket. He can get down the court.
It's really incredible. After a made field goal, before you could say Williamson, they laid the ball in on the other end.
Reddish spinning, step back jumper, tough shot for Cam Reddish. He is a very good shooter, but we've seen in the last couple of nights he can handle, he rebounds. Reddish knocks down the 3, and with Williamson back. Krzyzewski calling out a play, moving Goldwire over this way, Reddish over that way as we move near the final 4 minutes. Here comes the pressure from the Orange. Going to trap a little bit more, it looks like.
Williamson can make a play in there. Great pass. We had R.J. Barrett along the...
For you to do a 94 feet with your son.
Well, it's always a pleasure, but senior night is a big night for every parent, and for Cam Johnson and Kenny Williams, Luke May tonight, it's equally as big, if not bigger.
Johnson with a 3, Barrett with a 3-point on his senior night.
Luke May just gave a fist to Roy Williams because he needs a blow. He's played so hard, he's exhausted himself.
Reddish. No Langford, no Ward. May Gets it off over O'Connell. Off the back of the iron and down with the rebound is Barrett.
Hey, R.J. Barrett has been an excellent defensive rebounder all year long for this Duke team.
Reddish with a pull-up and Duke.
Stuff for North Carolina after a first straight pass. The second pass to Kenny Williams, not very good at all. Boy, nice flare screen.
And Reddish with the answer in the other.
Williams on Barrett. Williams makes Barrett work for everything, and Barrett is one of the true great scorers in the country of any age. Great move.
Spinning and finishing is Reddish.
Wow, what a great defensive play by Cam Reddish with his size and length.
Underrated defender, don't you think?
Yes.
And an underrated driver, not just the...
He's got to get going here in the second half for Wake Forest to pull off this upset.
Up against the shot clock, Fonz. Nothing but an air ball. Barrett pushing it by Horde. Reddish spotting up. Takes his time. Lets it back. Corner. Buckets for three, and Wake Forest is back on top. He has 15.
No hesitation on that jump shot.
And Brandon Childress passed his average after a very quiet first half. Once you just have one field goal, it's been tremendous here in the second half. Reddish answers.
To impact the ball on the screen and roll situation.
This is Barrett straightaway three. That's short. Rebound taken by Cam Reddish, and he hits. This year's been a challenge for him. He's down to 7 scholarship players. And right now, 3 games under 500.
Yep, the lean pantry. Hernandez was expected to be a huge part of what they were going to do. The answers are few against a team the caliber of Duke.
Larinaga, the 69-year-old Bronx-born coach, has had such an incredible career.
You know, that size and that pressure takes a toll when you've not been able to get anything easy. And then you start pressing a little bit, and the harder you try, the worse it gets sometimes.
See the run. Look at Reddish, incredible play. And seated to his right, Steve Nash, the 2-time NBA MVP, who is actually RJ's godfather. Nash and Rowan go back a long, long time, their days in Canada. And RJ, just the latest import, Clark, for these Canadian prospects that have just taken college basketball by storm. Vision from Barrett has been magnificent.
And there's excellent defense by Reddish. Mark it up.
Not the year to have a down season, as it has been the case for Jim Larinaga. Nice finish by Vasiljevic.
Yeah, one of the few back doors. They had one in the first half, I can recall, but other than that, nothing. A credit to Duke's defense.
Look at Reddish.
Difference between the two. Last pull-up, Jay at the foul line. That time put his head down, got to the front of the rim.
Among active players, he is the third leading scorer in the ACC right now. How about that? Barrett for three.
And they'll take that shot all night long.
Reddish.
Not that one, though.
Cam Reddish. Occasions. Here's what's at stake for Virginia Tech with a win tonight. And the one win that Duke does have in recent years, their national championship team in 2015 finds needed overtime and 30 from Jahlil Okafor to get out of here with a victory. Wow. Cam Reddish.
He's able to get that one up and in. Kerry Blackshear has put himself together 3 magnificent games. 25 points per game over the last 3.
Cam Reddish switching 4 of his attempts finds from 3.
Yeah, playing him as a perimeter player right now. I think you got to play him more as a point forward as Cam Reddish knocks down a
play.
Blackshear needs a touch with this lineup in for Virginia Tech.
Blocked by DeLaurier. Jones trying to get Duke something in transition. Reddish pulls from deep.
3. And he was allowed to waltz into that shot. And Frank Howard, he's one of the best defenders at the top of this zone that I can remember at Syracuse.
Reddish with a jumper at the other end. To tie it, and we may have another Duke-Syracuse Classic on our hands tonight.
A battle taking advantage of going against Trey Jones just went by him, and weak side help not there.
Wow. Quick 3.
This has been rebounding at a higher level of late. He's the best offensive rebounder on this Carolina team, almost 3 per game.
Barrett baseline, cross court, Reddish for 3. Got it.
Carolina, you're so worried about the three-point line. It opens up things inside that line.
Reddish, he's been twos tonight. Kobe White. And the three around and out. Down to the rebound, Jones. Jordan Goldwire is into the game. Now for Duke, played some big minutes near the end of that Louisville comeback. Reddish with a chance for... And what a block by Deloria.
Just a spectacular pass and then blocked to answer it.
Reddish, beautifully done.
The way it's got to be. They've got to continue to put points on the board.
Reddish tries. Little the rebound, knocked away by Reddish. And he'll finish.
Reddish, Kobe White, and Trey Jones was basically a standoff in the first half. Neither player played particularly well. Jones, I think, went 0 for 7. Kobe White, 1 for 7.
Barrett kicking to Reddish in the corner. Just the third. Carolina on a 13-0 run. They have blown it open here in the second half. Reddish from the elbow. May now with Deloria on him, so he takes him outside, but misses the three.
Well, Garrison Brooks almost there for an offensive rebound. He is such a good offensive rebounder.
Reddish spinning and lays it in with a chance for three.
Down in the low post, North Carolina not running many of their box sets, which can keep the lane clogged a little bit. They're just spreading Duke out and taking advantage of cutting lanes.
Reddish a three.
Losing Zion Williamson, but give credit to North Carolina for the way the Tar Heels played.
Freshman tandem in ACC history. There's the projected top 10 in the NBA draft on ESPN.com, and you can see 1, 2, and 4, all Blue Devils.
Unbelievable. Look at number 5, though, Romeo Langford. What is going on with Indiana? They've lost 10 out of 11. 10 out of 11. I cannot believe it. There was so much excitement about the Hoosiers. 5 minutes ago with that killer instinct. Here we go. Ride the basketball. Don't let him get to the rim. But he's so smooth for a big guy at 6'7".
Reddish.
To the rim.
Goose eggs on the board. You're a winner. You won, yes. Boy, the length of Duke, a problem for Louisville early. Louisville starts those two small point guards. They were constantly being a mismatch in this game. Reddish made the 10 threes per game from Louisville. Leads the ACC. Wara can't find the range here. Reddish pushing it. Reddish! That left hand. It was a shaky possession until Enoch got his big paws on it. And then he kind of calmed everything down, took his time, no double team came, and shot an unblockable shot with a left paw. How about Cunningham getting in there? And one more time, you don't find bodies. And Louisville has exposed them in this ball game tonight because of it. Now let's look at it from the other side. It's Reddish, finally. 86, no, it was over for 85. Yeah, we were in the national championship game. I was there like 88, 89, 90, right in there. Yeah. Here's Reddish knocking down the three. Another turnover for the Cardinals. That's number 15. Holding the ball above your head and no pass fake is an automatic steal right now in this ball game. Reddish for single digits. McMahon cutting, fires it up. Williams fighting for the rebound, and Trey Jones has it. Duke with a three could tie. Reddish for the tie. Yes, sir!
DJ for three. How about that? His 5th made three of the season in 11 attempts.
Right now, the big guys have proven to be the best passers early on.
And Reddish, for a big guy, though, Bolden does an outstanding job moving his feet. Another rejection by Zion Williamson. And Reddish will lay it in. Duke turning defense.
Made field goals in this game, Dan. 7 of them are from three-point range. Like the game plan and the execution of making Duke shoot from the perimeter has been really sound. They've just made everything.
Reddish will quiet the cutting Kyle Guy.
Well, Jerome is a special passer. That was basically a Nash dribble, taking it to the other side of the bucket without picking up your dribble right underneath the basket.
Good job there by Jerome to stay in front of Barrett. Not an easy thing to do. Reddish lines up a three. and gets the friendly roll. An overtime win over Miami today. They're now 9-1. Tipped by Jones, stolen by Barrett.
A guy trying to drive that switch with Marquise Bolden and turned it over.
Good pass to Reddish, and he knocks down the three.
Boy, that
knocks down Clark, no call. Baseline jumper, Jones not there, but tipped out to Barrett. Reddish wide open.
Oh, what a pass. What a great. Oh, you're going to score now.
Come on, that's the third one now that
Yeah.
they've had an opportunity.
Oh, that was a layup, man. You got to put that down. Lay it on the glass. Simple. One big dunk. 4-point turnaround, Rubio.
But it's a flat 3-2. But you cannot continue to let this guy get the ball.
And a lot of teams want to see if Duke can shoot over the top. They'd rather have Duke shooting than driving.
And he's making it look pretty easy.
He was on the Wooden midseason top 25 list. They came out with a new one today.
He better be on it.
Knocking it down to 20. He's not on that list.
That's really sad.
I think he gets hurt a little bit.
He started that at Boston University. And then it became a major part of our defense.
A steal and a bucket. The students, I mean, obviously, Coach K has built up the program. The success level has been unbelievable. But it was a very good program back then as well.
Listen,
So
Vic Bubas had an incredible run. He's one of the top coaches.
Obviously, they struggled to shoot from three. Shire said it's because we're standing on offense. We're not moving around enough. We have to start moving, creating shots to the rim, and kicking it out.
some hustle from Zion.
Right there when someone did this. But I firmly believe that there's a comparison more Barkley, because Barkley had to bounce off the floor. Those guys were talented, skilled, really outstanding players. There's the three going down.
Chapman with a bucket for the Eagles. The clock just keeps on ticking, though. No whistles for a long time here. And Duke on its way to its 20th win of the season.
Chapman, by the way, Dad was an outstanding player at BYU.
Reddish is feeling it. Reddish having himself a night. He's got 20.
Athleticism. Don't have much size inside. That could be a problem on the interior. Zion could have an unbelievable night in that 3-second area. Oh, they're zoning. Coming out zoning. They'll be playing man-to-man. They're going to say, Duke, we're going to want you to shoot the three.
Talking to Chris Mullen before the game, he said when this Duke team shoots threes, that's a good thing for us, considering the fact they are so good from two. Strategy. Start offensively.
Well, Clark could shoot the three. Transfer. They got a lot of transfers, man. This is Marco Polo University. Are you serious?
Three for three is Reddish. And we have yet to play 6 full minutes.
Well, Mike Krzyzewski told us before the game, he can flat out shoot the three. He's going to spread the floor for us. Nice ball movement.
Reddish has another triple.
He has found his game in the afternoon. His stock could have really went up high. When you're 6 feet, man, you got to be special to attract the NBA people.
Reddish with another triple.
Notre Dame, for the second consecutive game, hosting a top 5 team in the country. They got routed by Virginia here on Saturday. Cam Reddish, and that's a three.
He scores a ton of points, and when he starts making perimeter shots with more consistency, and I believe that he will, I think his shot is going to continue to get better. I mean, he's going to be a big-time scorer.
Reddish might say he missed a gimme there.
And you might say, well, you did say that.
No, that's been a big theme here tonight. The U.S. Senior Open is coming to Notre Dame. They have a terrific course, the Warren course, here on the Notre Dame campus, and the 40th U.S. Senior Open will be here.
What a shot. Zion Williamson, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 10 of 12 from the field, 4 block shots in 24 minutes.
That's not bad. Reddish for 3. And by the way, I think you're off the hook.
He's undersized against Gay. Reddish, the miss, the outlet, Alvarado. His reach right, made a heck of a save. Reddish trying to make the Jackets pay.
His first shot, that's Artie's Tony, Pittsburgh's top rebounder. They expect to get more scoring out of him as his career develops. He's one of 2 of the Pittsburgh freshman finds who could have played another year of prep school ball. From the corner, off the feed from Williamson, Cam Reddish.
A rebound and went back up with the Jared Wilson frame is the same way Chukwuka's got to do it when he catches it on the interior. I think he's a little nervous playing against the Duke Blue Devils right now.
The
Panthers' first field goal in more than 5 minutes. A long three ball goes down for Reddish. Zion out to Barrett. Zion with another offensive rebound. Now Reddish will get a chance. And he knocks down the three.
Let's see. If I go Duke guys, it wouldn't have been.
There's one Duke guy.
One Duke guy. That would have been last year.
That's right. Marvin Bagley. That's one. Brooke, you got a guess? Cam Reddish knocks down another shot. Reddish.
And DeAndre Hunter is a complete basketball player now. A little pull-up jumper. He can stretch it out to three. Knocks his free throws down over 80%. He's a big-time talent.
The drive by Reddish. And that one will go.
Virginia is just unflappable. And right at the top of the list of unflappable is Ty Jerome.
Cam Reddish last week, the game-winning three against Florida State. Remember, he didn't play against Syracuse. He was out with flu-like symptoms. Williamson into the paint, dumps it down to Bolden. He's double-teamed. 7 to shoot. Deep one for Reddish, and it goes.
Syracuse and Virginia, even though they play different defenses, there are some similarities. And you know, that
defensively in transition by the nose.
Kofor, heat check. And that missed everything.
Not a good shot right there. Not a good shot at all. Shot selection is a key. You got to get quality shots.
There's a quality shot. Got it.
He's the nephew of Dikembe Mutombo. Kevin Gelly is a guy that he's averaging 11 points off the bench. They think he's going to be a candidate for 6th man of the year in the ACC.
Well, Leonard Hamilton told us earlier today he has a team that wins games as Reddish.
Ball movement. A little better right there.
Three's no good from Polite. Reddish leans in, scores again.
Well, keep doing it until they stop it. Don't they do that in football? You're Jets when you run off tackle. If they don't stop it, you keep pounding and pounding. That was the theory of the best of all. Vince Lombardi, a paisano, doing a lot of rigatoni. He did that with his Packers. Simplicity, off tackle, 3 yards at a time.
And rigatoni. Reddish, yes, from the Florida State. And getting out work there. And still Kofor is able to hit, but look at Reddish run the floor.
Boy, Reddish
in a pure road game, that's probably what you would expect him to talk about. His man tried to keep it alive, couldn't flush it home on the offensive glass. Here comes Trey Jones.
Well, he talked about the physicality of the game, and he talked about the fact that we're going to have to meet their challenge and their depth. The depth factor is big for Florida State.
Reddish, yes. Shot fake and a floater. Off the rim. Offensive glass, Kevin Gelly stripped away.
Nichols, a transfer out of Albany's, been giving him a lot of good minutes, but they're not getting today. Oh.
Only his second 20-point game of the season, and it comes against number 1. Reddish hits a three.
Watch Bolden screen for Barrett. There it is. There's a screen. There's Barrett for the ball.
It's in.
Wide open.
Reddish way off on the three-point try. Tees it up again. Duke continues to pound the offensive glass.
How about the Laurier in this sequence? Really working on a backboard to help his guys out.
And how about on the basket from Sharon White Jr. 28 all, fewer than 6 minutes to go in the first half.
This is what you get if you're Duke. A 7-6 Wake Forest team that you see on tape is not the one that shows up when you got a shot at number 1.
Reddish on 16 buckets for Jones and the Blue Devils.
Got to be a Zion Williamson high ball screen here and let the decision be made if Jones is to the rim or if he's leaving it back for Williamson. Williamson has earned the right to make the play here, but it'll be through the hands of Trey Jones. Here's your ball screen. There's your double read. Here's your decision.
And a three-pointer is good to uses the pull-up.
Gotta get back. They're coming right at you. They're not waiting.
Years ago, 5 out of 7 years to the Sweet 16. This time, Steve Alford won 3 out of 5 years to the Sweet 16.
Reddish with the steal.
Could have been a little flop there. Oh, he almost had that.
Got the steal.
Reddish now with Zion He's got to step up.
R.J. Barrett, wide open Reddish. Yes!
Just be beyond the age. Also called Jaden Llewellyn the biggest recruiting win that they've had at Princeton. Now, I'm not sure if that's during his tenure as the head coach at Princeton or in general, but he made a big statement with that.
Having to shoot on the kick out for DeRosier. Now Kennedy, a great three-point shooter, has his shot altered by Barrett. Excellent defensive possession from Duke.
Now, in all of the categories that you expect from Duke, as Cam Reddish knocks down another
in just his third game, shows his scoring prowess there. He's got 7.
Yeah, love Jaden Llewellyn. Considered a 4-star recruit. As Cam.
Off the inbound, Reddish leans in. Tough shot. They were really good friends, especially after they were no longer competitors. But when Jimmy B came to work for ESPN, they had a friendship that endured right to the end.
Consummate point guard to get everybody in line and be that floor general, something that Duke is blessed with in Trey Jones.
And in spite of that, like you said, Yale's expected to challenge for the Ivy League championship. That's a big-time move right there. Well, Cam Reddish start.
Jason Dunn in and out for 3.
And he's the one guy that can have the ability to knock down big shots as Cam Reddish.
J.R. Lynch off to the wing. A line drive 3. A little too short for Romain Boxes. Barrett sets up Reddish. There's a triple.
Breaks the scoreless drought for Stetson. And a quick and if you were with us when we started the show tonight, showed you some of the footage of the Stetson team walking into the gym. Some players looking down at their phones, others using it as a window to the world to record their first time coming into Cameron Indoor Stadium. And won't forget it for
their guys playing for them in international basketball. They would be able to strongly compete with the USA, such as RJ's team did when they won the U19 gold medal. And I had a number of the coaches from that texting me constantly talking about how good this young man was, and he's really just putting those skills on display for Bobby Hurley out of Arizona State. And you look at RJ Barrett's numbers, and Dort's not far off, averaging over 22 points a game as well.
Nice.
Is an elite level scorer, not just a scorer. We've seen his playmaking ability today and really all season long, but you see his ability to grab the rebound, and just like Zion Williamson, he can go full court. But I tell you right, minutes last year when Duke started 4 freshmen and Grayson Allen, but Alex O'Connell really was their 6th man and gave them heavy minutes and gained a tremendous amount of experience that will come into play as this.
Nice cut, and reaching in, though, is Reddish to knock it away. And Duke with numbers to the other end. Reddish wide open for 3.
For any player, but especially for a young player, is when your offense isn't going the way you want it. And most young players judge their performance by whether their shot goes in or not. After the game, back to the hotel. When he got back to the hotel, he had, I think we were told, 3 IV bottles. Or IV bags, I guess, were used on Zion Williamson after the game. That's how much he was cramping.
We were not told who carried him off the bus.
What 8 people?
Yeah,
so that the Duke freshmen have a 3-point lead.
Gonzaga is making Duke pay for every single mistake.
Quick double on Williamson. Reddish is open. And Reddish will get it home with his.
Gonzaga just a little bit quicker to the ball, a little bit more alert.
Jordan Goldwire in for Duke for the first time, giving Trey Jones a bit of a breather.
Now the ball being pounded again. There it is. Good shot by Cam Reddish. Killian Tilly made 11 straight threes in the West Coast Conference tournament last year.
That's remarkable. Good switch by Jeremy Jones.
Well, imagine Tilly and Clark out there with Hachimura in the front court. There's a big on the floor. Brown again. In and out, offensive rebound, and missing on the follow is Chuma Okeke.
Here's where Duke is really difficult to deal with. 4 different guys can rip. Jack White has become such a good rebounder. He's physical, he gets good position, he sticks his nose in there, and he grabs the ball with 2 hands.
You know, coming into the game today, Jay, he is 3rd on the team in minutes played. He's become a very, very important part of this team.
It was interesting to hear Mike Krzyzewski talk about this year wanting to elevate his role players, elevate the status of complementary play.
Reddish and banks at home.
Wiley's really good in screen roll situations. He sets a good screen. He moves his feet really well. He can really run. How do you lose him in transition?
Seriously.
Good matchup there for Jared Harper to have Jack White on him. White was trying to give him some space. He just pulled up. White worried he was going to go around. Jeez, Cam Jordan Shackle is, and he caught that ball in rhythm and launched it right away. Just off the simple little drive. And again, coming off a corner shooter, you just can't do it.
The D by Mitchell on that baseline drive attempt by White. Golden called for it in the post, didn't get it. Spinning turnaround, Reddish. Yes.
How talented.
He's got some brute force in his game, but he's got a lot of finesse in his game as well.
Hey, he's just a sophomore. He's from Riverside, California. Last year led San Diego State in steals. How about that?
Coached here for San Diego State. They got to the championship game back in 2014 before losing to Arizona.
I love Maui. I love the banyan tree. There are 80 beaches in Maui, Dan. It is Dan, isn't it?
It is Dan. Barrett. Reddish. Got it. How about that?
Doesn't need much space, does he? Doesn't need much time. It's a bad angle to be going after the ball when the official's behind you. There's no foul there. But, yeah, after Duke took apart Kentucky in the Champions Classic, you know, they were the talk of the sports world for a couple of days. And a discussion point, but
Watson again.
How they would do what I think is a great barroom discussion is how this Duke team would have done against the Fab Five back in 91-92. That would be a heck of an interesting game.
What do you think?
I think it'd be a contest. I mean, that Michigan team lost 9 games that year. That bucket is everything's about Canada. You know, there are 10 different provinces and 3 territories.
Careful, because I'll ask you to name them.
I can. All of them. I can. Good cut.
And Reddish with an...
Missed everything. Inside, this is Thompson. He can't clean it up.
Yeah, and those are the ones you have to convert if you're Eastern Michigan. That was almost a pass for him inside.
Wow. Beautiful look from...
The 4 freshmen flying with Javin Delorier, one of the co-captains with the ball now. Handed off to Barrett. Finds a crowd in the paint, kicks it out with 8 on the shot clock. Cam Reddish pulls up. And he gets the roll. Clean look for Reddish. There's that stroke you were talking about. Duke with the basketball, leading 17-13. Barrett, Jones, Delorier. Reddish with the basketball. Williamson also out there. And 3 for 3 from the... It's been quite a last few days around the basketball world with everybody talking.
As far as plugging those gaps than Kentucky was.
Boy, Reddish, good looking set for the Black Knights. Wilson continues to lead Army. It's back to a 4-point game.
And Army is gashing Duke's man-to-man. I mean, they are getting into the paint, even in the half court, getting into the paint when they want.
Bolden passes out of the double team. Another triple.
To serve in the military, and so this is their affirmation that they will continue to build upon their academics and their physical training and their military training to become leaders of character for our nation. Clearly, it's a day that remembers 100 years ago at the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month, when fighting ceased in World War I. but for, I think, the whole country, it's an opportunity collectively.
We got to do something about the neck. The wool, I mean, they're still making it in factories, like with people who, they want to see cadets go through the struggle.
Well, you know, there's a lot of evolving and change at the academy, but there's something.
Players are going to get standstill threes. Straight line drive by Johnson, who is always in attack mode.
Well, he is a very competitive player, and he's got the toughest match.
Hero around and out. And Delorier, who had a great summer and really could be starting. But figures to be the first big off the bench most nights.
That night I'll never forget. That's what you work hard for, dream for. I remember it like it was yesterday, and my family is very close.
Johnson, he provided a good portion of the offense for Kentucky in the first half. Hagan's the miss, and down with the rebound is Reddish.
Off the first action. Kentucky didn't make the Duke defense move at all.
Kentucky fans wanted to walk on Williamson. They don't get it. And Reddish will bury a corner three. Reddish misses the three, and Montgomery down with the rebound for the Cats. Look out. Yeah, Reddish picked his pocket. Montgomery never...
Of toughness and going after the ball and being physical.
Double-figure rebounds for White tonight.
Yeah, this will be more of a fun film session than